So we've all heard that focus is the key to success. Numerous success stories and motivational talk point again and again towards attaining this mastery of focus, but if only it were that simple. So what is focus really? Focus is when you've said yes to one option and said no to every other option. It's your ability to concentrate on one task and ignore many other things. As Tim Ferriss puts it, what you don't do determines what you can do. So focus doesn't have to be a permanent no, but it has to be a present no. You have to say no to a lot of other things when you're trying to concentrate on one thing, and you have to continue saying no to a lot of tasks which might be hampering with the focus till the point you get to this one thing which you really intend to do. So now the important question, what can we do to focus on things which matter and how to ignore every other thing that doesn't matter? But let me tell you, the problem isn't with focusing. The problem is successfully keeping the distractions off. The human brain is wired to pursue everything which gives it a dopamine boost. Whether it's, mindlessly scrolling through a social media feed, or binge watching on a TV show, or just, procrastinating or putting any other task which you've been wanting to do, the human brain wants dopamine, and that's what keeps us in a loop, and that's what keeps us procrastinating. So what we really need to learn is how to successfully keep the distractions off, and how do we prime our brain to stay consistent on it. And let me tell you, it doesn't have to be that difficult. So let's dive into it, how we can know what we can learn about focusing and maintaining our focus and enhancing our focus. Dishika here, and I'm just going to talk about stuff which I really like, and today it's going to be maintaining focus. This is something I've been working on for I think I dropped my phone. Sorry. Yep, I'm so sorry. I think, I'm just gonna be candid. So it's okay. Yeah, so I've been working for a long time on maintaining and enhancing my focus, and it's been quite a journey. It's been a journey where I've also beaten myself up, and it's been a journey where I've rewarded myself quite handsomely. So let's dive into it. I'm gonna share some things which have worked for me, and I really hope this might be of help. If it is, please stay tuned and subscribe for more. Let's get into it. So the problem with multitasking, you might think that you can multitask 2 activities or even more activities at a time and probably even get done with it. But you cannot really do it efficiently, and you're not able to focus on 2 tasks at the same time. So that's a big problem with multitasking. And the way we can start going about it is by setting a priority straight. So let me tell you of this really interesting method known as the Ivy Lee method. So Ivy Lee was a highly respected productivity consultant, and he had this really amazing method which I'm going to share with you. So according to this routine, he suggested that at the end of each workday, you write down 6 important tasks which you need to accomplish the next day, and make sure that the list is of only 6 tasks and nothing more, because if you're over putting everything in your list, you are well set up for failure. So just don't. Okay, so put up 6 tasks which you want to accomplish the next day. When you wake up in the morning, start with the first task after prioritizing them towards the importance. So like first you write down 6 tasks. Second, you prioritize them according to their importance. What is the most important task which you need to follow? And personally, I have modified this a bit, where I use Ali Abdal's method, where I'm only having 3 priorities in the day, 3 highlights of the day which I need to get done. So you can write down 6, but when I'm going about the day, I will actually just go down to 3 highlights, which is more simple and less overwhelming. So once you're done with that, once you've begun accomplishing the first task from your list, you do it until the time you're finished, and only then you can move on to the second task. Any tasks from the day which are left for you to complete, you move it on to the next day, and you just keep repeating it consistently, and that's how you can maintain focus. The reason this really works is because it prevents you from over planning, which I think a lot of people are in the habit to do. Even I was I was also habitual of doing this a lot of times, but it took me a lot of practice. Saying no is a very big thing, and we learn this later in life, that saying no actually is saying yes to a lot of things. So I said yes to my peace when I said no to a lot of other things, and that has been very rewarding. So setting a priority straight and prioritizing what is really important to you is the first step when you want to enhance and maintain your focus. Come down to one single most priority, which is super important because I think there is a huge friction of starting and beginning with something. So it's really important to prioritize what you want to do instead of overwhelming yourself, and that's where the Ivy Lee method comes. And now getting down to the second point, once you've identified what you want to do the most, your single most priority, how do we actually go about it? So first, you identify all the distractions which is keeping you away from probably pursuing whatever you intend to do, because I think if you're on this video, you really need help with it. So yes, start identifying what your distractions. If it's your phone, keep it in another room, keep it switched off, turn off your notifications. If it's a particular person, place, thing, please make sure to block them out of your schedule and just get some me time. So your brain is only wired to intensely focus for about 90 minutes. More than 90 minutes, your brain isn't as efficient as it would be in the span of 90 minutes. So it's highly advisable you break down your focus sessions in between 60 to 90 minutes. I personally do this when I'm studying. I break my study sessions from 60 to 90 minutes, and I use the Pomodoro technique. In the Pomodoro technique, it's a whole different thing and topic to discuss, but I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to what Pomodoro is. Pomodoro is when you decide on a timing for your session. For example, it could be 25 minutes, it could be 60 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever, and then you set up a timer and work for say 25 minutes, and you take a 5-minute break, and then you work for 25 minutes again. So when you're doing the Pomodoro technique, you're not overwhelming yourself that okay, I don't know when this is ending, and you're just forcing yourself to sit through it. Instead of you can gently push yourself to the task. Tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to do this thing for sweet 25 minutes, and then I can get a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break. I can just relax, and then I can get back to it. So you have the best of both worlds, and that's what's important. I use the Forest app. There's no affiliation here. It's just something I've been using for a long time for studying, and it's a great app because I get to plant trees in the app and in the real world, and it just helps me focus. It keeps me off my phone, so that's been working great for me. If any one of you has any more ideas on how to focus and ways around Pomodoro technique, please drop it down in the comments below. I would love to know, because this is, even if I'm talking to you in the video, it's more of me wanting to learn what other people are doing. So I would love that. So please drop it down below, and let's move to the third part. The third is figure out the right setting for your focus. I think having a right setting when you're doing a focus session makes it a very sacred space and makes it a very sacred moment, which where you're more integrated. So find out the right setting. What time of the day can you focus the best? Is it morning, or are you a night person? What kind of place do you feel you can focus best at? Is it your study table? Is it some cafe? Is it some library? Whatever. If it's your room, probably clean it first, because that always helps. And I think you're just a little more peaceful when you're in a cleaner environment. You can see if you perform well with music. There are so many different kinds of music and playlists everywhere which you can study to if that works for you. There are different kinds of noises: white noise, pink noise, brown noise, anything which helps you focus. Really, just use that. Do you feel more energetic after eating or before eating? Do you want to study around your lunchtime? Just figure all these out and integrate these into your schedule. These really help, because when you find the right setting and you start putting your focus sessions down into a schedule, you're more liable to show up to the work, and that is important. So now that you've done your focus session, downtime is super important. The break, it could be a 5-minute break or a 10-minute break, and this has to be a no-brainer. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. You don't have to go read something very stimulating, which tires you out further. It has to be a crazy, lazy no-brainer. Just like you can just I don't know, lying down I wouldn't suggest, but sometimes when I do feel too tired, I just lie down for 10 minutes. I focus on my breath, I take a moment, I play with my dog, I go out, stretch, just, get back into my body, get back into my senses, hydrate myself, take some deep breaths, calm down, and then I get back again to the task. So downtime is really important, and there are a lot of things which you can do when you're wanting to have a downtime. I wouldn't really suggest you picking up your phone right after you've done like 1 or 2 sessions, because you're just getting into the flow. For example, if you've studied for like half a part of the day, or you've studied for like good 3 hours, then maybe yes, you can pick up your phone for the break time, or else I would suggest you keep something easy and light to do some stretches, just get your body easy and flowing, and get back to your work as soon as you can. You need to measure your results. Once you've started to make progress, you need to know how far you've come along and how you're doing. Our brain is wired to get feedback. Our brain works on positive reinforcement. So I would really suggest you to start measuring your progress, start tracking your progress, how far you've come, whatever roadblocks you've incurred, and instead of getting too fixated on a number, we need data. Yes, data can be really good, but instead of getting too fixated on a number, try looking at it as a measure of how far you've come. Just a positive enforcement, a kind of an affirmation which tells you, okay, this is what I've incurred, this is how I've been doing, and maybe I can do something better, or maybe not, maybe I'm just okay doing the way I am. So you can just reward yourself with a clear picture of how you're doing, instead of making any assumptions of your own. So as long as you're seeing the data of whatever you're measuring in a very healthy way, it shouldn't be stressing you out, because it is super simple. I think a lot of people get so stressed out when they see they have fallen off for one day, and then they just do not see 7 days of the work they've put in. So please don't do that. Go easy on yourself, see the progress you've made, and identify the variables and the roadblocks in your schedule, and start integrating them in a very healthy, calm, gentle manner, so that you're able to do it consistently. You're not on a sprint here, it's a marathon that we're running. So please make it very nice and easy and simple for yourself. Last but the most important is, please be kind to yourself while you're going through this process. I know it can be so easy to lose yourself in the frenzy of productivity, and everyone is the productivity guru now. Everyone's telling you to hustle and do this and do that, and it's great, you need to, but you also need to prioritize yourself. You need to prioritize your well-being. And like when we were talking why your why needs to be super strong, one of your why should be that I want to be happy doing this. If you're not happy doing whatever you're doing, I don't think it's worth it. You really need to be happy. So please make sure that you're going easy on yourself, and you're taking some time to rest. If on some days you feel that you just cannot, then don't. It's okay. You can cut down the tasks. We do not really need to go too overboard with things. It's completely okay, and actually really amazing to rest and prioritize your recovery first. So give yourself that space, give yourself the permission to rest, and everything will be good. And just do this consistently. It's not tough. It's a skill to master. It's no big secret. A lot of people have been talking and writing about this for years, and everyone has their own ways of doing it. This was mine, and I hope this was of help. If you like it, please like and comment and share it with someone this could be of value of. And if you would like to learn more and stay tuned for more, please subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot, and it really helps me grow. Thank you so much.